Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be fitting the Dometic Sink / Hob thing in the van. So I've got all the stuff laid out on the floor here ready, and we're going to see how it goes. I mean, I do sort of know what I'm doing. It doesn't look too hard once you get your head around it. I guess the hardest bit I thought was going to be the gas, but it turns out that looks pretty easy. Hardest bit is going to be the sink, but even that looks pretty easy. Okay, let's get to it and hope you enjoy it. I mean, if you find tips or something that I do wrong, then you'll learn from it without making a mistake, so it's a win-win. I bought this kit from Autocraft, I think they're called. I'll put them in the description below. It's got everything you need and just makes the life a hell of a lot easier, and they're actually quite good quality stuff, not the rubbish stuff. All the pipes seem good quality. I'm going to look at the sink first and then we'll move on to the gas. I'm going to do as much as I can before putting it in the van, and then hopefully when we drop it in the van, all we have to do is drop these pipes into the water tanks and go into the gas locker and connect it to the gas. That's that bit. We get given this, a rubber, a little rubber seal just there. That's not meant to come through, that's meant to clamp down, and then there's another rubber seal here, so I'll just sort that out, clamp it down, and that's the tap in. That is the water pipe, the blue one over there, and this is for your submersible pump. Now I've had a look at this, it's not the same situation as the tap. I'm assuming this one has to be a lot tighter, so I think what they've done here is, see that screw there, I need to loosen that off, and then this white thing goes underneath and this blue thing goes on top, and you just screw that back down and it should clamp it. So I've just done a bit of googling, and so obviously you've got 3 pairs of cables, one coming out from your switch panel or wherever from your leisure battery, you've got 1 pair coming from the submersible pump, and you've got 1 pair coming from the sink, and I was like, how do you connect all that together? The positive from the tap goes to the positive from your leisure battery or switch panel or whatever, and the negative from the tap goes to the positive, the first time I've ever done this, positive of the submersible pump, and then the negative from the submersible pump goes to the negative of the switch panel or leisure battery. So it's a bit confusing, but it's like a triangle system, it's a bit weird. So you've still got power running through. Yeah, that's it. Oh no, that's why. Yeah, I get it now. You need power to supply the tap and the pump at the same time. So this negative doesn't really act as a negative, it acts as kind of a positive going to a positive. Because you know when you've got a switch and you want to switch it off and on, you have to have positive going into it and a positive coming out of it, and the switch just controls it going off and on. It's basically that, but without the switch it's just constant, so it's constant power being supplied to the submersible pump. So the negative from the tap goes to the positive of the submersible pump, because they're quite small cables. Don't want to shit crimp. That's solid. I'm actually going to do one more. That goes, now you've got the live coming off the sink and the negative coming off the submersible pump going into the ones that are coming out your leisure battery or switch panel or whatever. Mine have been routed through the wall, but you'll see that when I go to put this in. Off. We've got the waste there. Sink tap, I mean, is coming through here, and then we've got clean water and for the submersible pump. Now moving on to the gas. So with the kit you get supplied these. It's obvious to me that this one here is for this flexi to sort of get into there. That means that this one is to connect it at the hob to the metal. So we're doing like that. we are. That's solid. Never done that before. I'm going to drop this lot in now, and then we can sort out the gas. Just this and the flexi pipe. Flexi pipe goes into there, the regulator. And we can sort that out once it's already in. So we're going to drop this in now, the worktop cutout that I've already done, but I'll tell you how I've done it. So we didn't have the cutout for it. It should come with a cutout. I didn't really look, I think I threw it away. So what we did, we tipped the whole lot upside down and we drew around it. We found that it was identical no matter which way you had it round, if you know what I mean. And then we measured like a centimetre in from this, what we drew around, because there was a protective covering over this, so we could draw on it. And then we moved a centimetre in, and we just cut that out with the jigsaw, and it fits perfectly. So if you wanted to do that, that's how you do it, centimetre in. Just finished going around the edge with this little rubber, don't know what you call it, beading that they've given us. I knew it went around the edge just because it pretty much perfectly fits around the whole lot. I didn't see it on any tutorials or anything. But it just means it sits it off of the counter a little bit, and you're going to have to do a thicker load of silicone or adhesive. Yeah, not silicone, it's adhesive. So yeah, that's that, and we're going to drop it in right now. So that is on right now, and silicone down. Looks very nice. This is just a couple of weights to keep it in. Now then, so down under have obviously all our connections that we made and the submersible pump. Then I've got these two cables that come out there from the switch panel. Well, the negative goes to the ground, and it is the positive that's coming from the switch panel up there. Neutral, we said earlier, goes to the neutral of the submersible pump, and the positive goes to the positive coming from the sink tap. See how that looks. So what I've done in here is connected the wires up like I said. We'll just finish off by connecting this to there, and then obviously checking that it works once the electrics are sorted out. Oh yeah, we've also got to drill the vent through the floor, so that's coming up as well. Okay, I just used the key to open it up. We have the gas bottle in there, not sure what size it is. And also, oh, just messing up with the mic, the vent that goes under the van. We cut a hole for the right size for the vent, and because of the thickness of the floor, some of that conduit there, I think it's called conduit, that we use for the diesel heater is actually extending the vent. We measured across the floor here to the back of the van, then measured across to under the van, and then measured from the side of the van inwards and drilled a hole up from under the van to double check it was in the right place. A small hole so it could be corrected if not. And yeah, and then we drilled a big hole down from that one. We can show you the tap working. The sink is disgusting because of that trip to Scotland that I was on about. Anyway, water pressure is the sticker that come with the switch panel, so that's what I've stuck on there. And if I lift this up and turn it on, sick, comes from the clean water down there, and that's the waste. And that, in my eyes, marks the end of the gas and sink Dometic, whatever you want to call it, hob. I hope you found this video a helping hand, and if you have any questions, mention them in the comments below. Pretty small channel, so I'll reply to you. Please subscribe, like, and check out the other things on the channel. We've got a lot going on, a lot of adventures, and a lot of van build stuff. Check it out.